That's what it said. Missing. Her picture. Oh, you're kidding.
Hello, my name is Liza Sylvia, and I am a graduate student here at the University of Guelph. I would like to welcome you to the College of Business and Economics Convocation ceremony this morning. The University of Guelph is honored by our graduates, and we take great pride in this convocation. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the proceedings today. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees have evolved over a millennium, and the gowns and hoods represent that history. In general, the gowns for the baccalaureate and magisteriate degrees are black, and the color of the hood is different for each degree program. The doctorates at the University of Guelph have a bright blue gown, and the honorary degrees are red. The University of Guelph crest that you can see on the curtains behind me and on your convocation programs also represents our specific history. The emblems in the crest show the links to the royal city of Guelph through the white stallion above, the connection to the liberal arts through the book, to the sciences through the astrolabe, and our connection to abundance and agriculture through the cornucopia. The University of Guelph motto, Rerum cognoscere cosas, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to be either, happy is the one who is able to ascertain the reason of things, or perhaps to know the meaning of things. The procession of people into the hall is also influenced by ancient tradition. The piper will herald the start of the procession of graduates, the graduates that are coming to graduate today. This will be followed by the arrival of the mace leading the platform party. The mace is a symbol of authority of the university and will be carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, the beadle was chosen by the instructor to work as an assistant. Today, the beadle is a ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and mace is the chancellor and president, members of the administration and the honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and senate, and members of faculty and staff. The degrees will be conferred in the order that you see in your program. The degrees are separated by categories representing the specific degree being awarded within the college. The name reader will present the scholars to the chancellor and president by degree category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place the hood over the recipient's shoulders. This moment will be videoed, and technology willing, there will be a simultaneous live cast of this event to allow family members and friends to watch from a distance. The president will greet each student at center stage, and a photograph will be taken. We understand the joy and excitement accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we ask that you hold your applause until after each group of graduates has crossed the stage. There will be an opportunity for a truly thunderous applause. Once all the degrees are conferred and all the cheers are cheered, the chancellor will close the ceremony and a recessional will play. Please remain standing during the recessional until all of the platform party has processed out of the hall. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs are hosting a social media program developed especially for Convocation. Please share your photos, memories, and advice with graduating students by joining us on social media and using the hashtag GuelphGrad. Finally, may I be the first person to congratulate the graduates on their various successes and offer my congratulations to the family and friends who are here to support them. Welcome to Convocation at the University of Guelph.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Well, on this day of recognized achievement, we pause and reflect on our place in this world. We acknowledge the Attawandaron people on whose traditional territory the University of Guelph now resides, and we offer our respect to their Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Métis neighbors. Today marks the end of a journey. We give thanks for the friendships that have been created along the way. We are grateful for all those who have supported and come alongside each of us. Faculty, staff, mentors, and families, for we could not have made it here on our own. At this time, I want to invite you, each in your way, to take a moment of silence, to reflect, to recognize that for which you are grateful, to offer a prayer. As we step into a new tomorrow, may the knowledge that we have gained here be coupled with wisdom and infused with compassion and clothed with humility, that we might contribute to the flourishing of all humanity, that we might embrace the forgotten, enhance the sustainability of all things, and fully discover what it means to be human. May grace and peace abound. You may be seated.
Good morning. I am delighted to officially open this 2017 University of Guelph Convocation ceremony and welcome everyone here. President Vaccarino, members of the board, honorary fellows, faculty, staff, family, and friends of the graduates. Today, as we celebrate the achievements of our graduating students, I'd like to offer a particular welcome to our convention speaker, Julia Christensen-Hughes, who will be introduced shortly. My name is Martha Billis, and I have the honor of serving as Chancellor here at the University of Guelph. And what an honor it is to be here today, back at the University of Guelph, my alma mater. I think back to when I was in your shoes, proud to be a Mac Institute graduate and anxious to take on the next challenge around the corner. Problem is, we do not always know what is coming or how we're going to get there. Today, I want to instill in you a belief my Dean Margaret McCready instilled in me years ago. She was full of advice, but most often said, "Remember, ladies, you are Mac girls, and Mac girls can do anything." And she was right. I stand before you today to proudly and confidently tell you that the education I received here gave me the wherewithal to go out and strive beyond what I thought I was capable of. Since the days of its founding colleges, the University of Guelph has been a leader in practical education focused on the whole person. The university has fostered an environment that encourages its community of students to aim higher, to make things better, to be more productive, to turn preconceived notions on their head, to make a difference, to improve life. My education opened up doors and offered windows on the world I could not have imagined. Half a century later, those things are still happening here at this fantastic institution. Graduands, your windows are waiting. It's your turn. Your turn to make a difference and to improve life for ourselves and for others. I know you can do it because you are, after all, a University of Guelph graduate, and you can do anything. Good luck to you all. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Franco Vaccarino, and I have the honor and great privilege of serving as the President and Vice Chancellor of this great university. Graduates, this is your big day. You've worked hard, you've persevered, and you've made it. Well done, well deserved. Think fast. Think fast. We've all heard that. We've all heard that expression. You don't often hear anyone telling you to think slow. But my main message today is twofold: think fast and think slow. As a psychologist, I'm interested in cognitive sciences and neuroscience, and speaking to you as well as a parent of university-age children, I believe that fundamentally your mind's just a little bit different from those of your parents' generation. We see how you absorb information, how you interact with and through information technology in truly unprecedented ways. Young people are very, very, very good at coping with lots of information and shifting their attention accordingly. Your brains have fundamentally adapted to a very fast-paced world. Today, we are navigating a river of knowledge, one that is growing larger and flowing faster all the time. New ideas are coming at us at truly an unprecedented pace. New innovations, new ways to connect the dots, new ways of understanding this world. We need to process more and more information in the same amount of time. And actually, as I'm speaking to the College of Business and Economics, I'm reminded, I had a conversation recently around fast trading. And what fast trading meant in the mid-90s and what fast trading means today. It was a one-week cycle. If you bought and sold stocks in a one-week cycle, that was fast trading. We are speaking in milliseconds and nanoseconds, actually, now. So we need to process more and more information in the same amount of time. We need to think faster. We might call that fast thinking reactive thinking. Reactive thinking is a kind of tactical thinking. It's the type of thinking that helps a driver negotiate the twists and turns of the road on a moment-to-moment basis. But of course, there's another kind of thinking, reflective thinking or slow thinking, which takes a more strategic view, a broader view. Not that I'm suggesting that you think more slowly in the literal sense. I'm talking just about a different kind of thought, a different way of approaching problems, and a different way of thinking about problems, a different channel of sorts. In our fast-paced world, universities are increasingly important places for both kinds of thinking. Reactive fast thinking that addresses the now, and there is so much to deal with in the now. But also reflective thinking that rises above the here and now and takes the long view, considers the broader context, to consider tomorrow, to consider the day after. You know, as students at the University of Guelph, you have benefited during the past few years from an environment that has challenged your own thinking, an environment that nurtures freedom, thought, expression, inquiry, an environment that promotes and supports openness to new ideas, one that invites varied perspectives, different perspectives on a problem or on an opportunity. We've tried to encourage you to exercise both reflective as well as reactive thinking. We've stressed the kind of thinking that enables you not just to provide the right answers, but importantly, of course, to also ask the right questions. We've looked to nurture thinking that is disciplined and thinking that is interdisciplinary, that draws upon diverse experiences, diverse points of view. That kind of thinking, I would suggest, is ever more important in a world where the challenges and the opportunities we face are larger and certainly more complex than ever. Now, big problems and big opportunities need lots of minds thinking together on solutions. Not just like minds, but unlike minds. Unlike minds from varied backgrounds, from different perspectives. There's a great proverb that I very much like, and it goes something like this: if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. You're about to explore and discover the next phase of your lives, including, I hope, finding ways to improve life for others around you and in the wider world. So go together, think fast, and think slow. Thank you very much.
I am now pleased to invite Julia Christensen Hughes, Dean of the College of Business and Economics, to give the Convocation address. Julia.
Madam Chancellor, Mr. Vice Chancellor, fellow faculty and staff, honored guests, and amazing students, graduates. As Dean of the College of Business and Economics, it is my distinct honor to be part of your ceremony today and to have been asked to make this address. Congratulations, you made it. You are here today along with those who cheered your triumphs, knew when you needed a home-cooked meal, or texted an encouraging word, and perhaps watched proudly when after a stumble, you dug deep and rose even stronger than before. This is how we learn exactly what we are made of. With Mother's Day just behind us and Father's Day just ahead, I think it may be appropriate that I ask you to give heartfelt thanks and a round of applause to your parents, along with family and friends, faculty and staff who helped you along your academic journey, who inspired you and tested you, and who were there for you when you needed them most. Graduates, please stand, turn around, and do a shout out to the folks behind you. I love this moment. the waves, the cheers, the enthusiasm, thank you. Collectively, you represent a number of majors within our Bachelor of Commerce program. Clearly, you learned a lot over the past several years about economics, hospitality and tourism, public management, real estate, accounting, human resource management, marketing, sustainable commerce, ag business, leadership, as well as about business and organizations in general. It is our hope that you also learned a lot about yourself, about your work ethic, your intellect, your capacity for self-discipline and empathy, your values, who you are as a person and who you aspire to be, your potential to make a positive difference in this world. And as you sit here today, I encourage you to take the time, reflect on your journey as a learner. According to the experts, our most profound learning comes from personal adversity and struggle. Remember that. Learning can occur quietly and privately through reading, self-reflection, and analysis. Learning can also be very noisy and very public, involving debate, action, and practice, inspired by a provocative question, the desire to learn a new skill, to help solve a pressing problem, or improve a policy or a business in some definable way. I wonder, as you look back, what you would say was your most profound lesson. I wonder what your fondest memories are. Do you recall how you felt when you first stepped on campus? You were helped perhaps into residence by an enthusiastic team of student volunteers, or you found a house in town and met your roommates for the first time, or you navigated a bus or a train to get here. You experienced orientation, made new friends, found your way to first classes, even though all the buildings seemed to have the same name. You completed course projects, midterms, and finals. You experienced achievements and disappointments, scholastic and personal. Most importantly, through it all, you persevered. Many of you actively embraced all that university has to offer. You took on leadership roles, critical roles in student clubs and associations. Here you led in numerous ways, demonstrating the power of service to make a difference. You created a welcoming and professional culture for our newest students. You provided powerful skill development opportunities for your peers. You passed a referendum that resulted in a new career center. Let me assure you, if you have any doubt, you have left your mark. Over the years, you volunteered in the community, slept outside for 5 days for the homeless. There was a year ago I joined for one night in my own pup tent. You made us proud, winning awards at an unprecedented number of provincial, national, and international student competitions. I was so proud when some of you joined me at the UN in New York City, given that you are recognized for your leadership roles. You tested theory, developed skills, you built professional networks through community projects, networking nights, co-op work terms. Some of you studied internationally or even started your own businesses. Your stories of accomplishment and your passion helped immeasurably with our fundraising effort for MacDonald Hall. The community is impressed with who you are, your capability, what you stand for. I wonder how closely your preconceived notions of what university would be like matched with your lived experience. And if you were surprised by how much you have grown, how much you have been transformed as a result of this process, and the friendships that you have made. Many of you will know that I, too, am a proud graduate of the University of Guelph's Bachelor of Commerce program. Over 30 years ago, I was sitting where you are now, having completed my major in hotel and food administration. I had just begun a management career with Keg Restaurants. I remember, sincerely, I remember sitting where you are, so tired, surprised that full-time work required more physical stamina than school ever had. In truth, I was also somewhat disappointed. My management training program at the Keg had me spend at least a week doing each and every job in the restaurant. The week prior to graduation, I'd been working in the kitchen. My hands had cuts from peeling shrimp and fanning lobster tails. Even worse for my ego had been the water-soaked shifts in the dish pit. Peeling shrimp, washing dishes with my commerce degree. Looking back, I would not have changed a thing. The lessons I learned through those experiences about how organizations work and what happens when they don't, about who I was as a person and who I aspired to be, were powerful. What I truly learned is that every situation, no matter how dark it may first appear, presents opportunities, some more obvious than others, to demonstrate creativity and character, commitment to making a meaningful contribution to learn and grow. As Lloyd Longfield, our local MP, told some of you a few years back, no matter what your position, seek to be a creative problem solver, a productive member of a team. I similarly often advise, be the answer to a problem. Step up, show up. Every situation is an opportunity to demonstrate your unique capabilities, your ability to perceive opportunities, to understand how something, a product, a service, a process, a community, a family can be made better. I know you can do this. And that is the legacy of Adelaide Hoodless. One of the achievements you witnessed during your time with us, a remarkable achievement, was the creation of our new home for the College of Business and Economics, the renovation of McDonald Hall. We largely have Adelaide to thank for this wonderful space. For those of you who are not familiar with her story, Adelaide was a strong and courageous woman who was determined to turn personal tragedy into positive social change. Adelaide grew up in a farming family in the 1800s in St. George's, Ontario, just north of Brantford. You can visit her original homestead this month if you're so inclined and help celebrate the 160th anniversary of her birth. Adelaide, as it's said in common parlance of the time, married well. Adelaide married into an entrepreneurial family that was producing furniture in Hamilton, Ontario. Tragically, at the age of 14 months, Adelaide's fourth child died from drinking unpasteurized milk. She turned her grief into social change. She committed her life to advancing the education of women in the domestic sciences, in the self-preparation of nutritious meals, in the psychology of child rearing, in the science of textiles, in how to run a household budget to be a savvy consumer so that women, using an evidence-based approach, might be better prepared to safeguard their families and contribute to healthy communities. As a result of her vision and tenacity, Adelaide has been credited with remarkable achievements as co-founder of the YWCA, the National Council of Women, the Victorian Order of Nurses. She also founded the Women's Institutes, which became a global phenomenon, particularly supporting women in rural communities. My granny in England was president of her local WI chapter. And I recently learned that she visited with Adelaide on one of her many trips to visit with my family in Canada. Most significantly for all of us, Adelaide convinced the McDonald brothers, two East Coast, non-smoking Canadian entrepreneurs who were busy amassing a fortune during the Civil War, manufacturing and selling cigarettes to the Americans. They were sailing a boat up the St. Lawrence, down the northeastern seaboard to the southern US, filling their ship with tobacco, repeating to Montreal, where their product was being produced. As I mentioned, they were non-smokers. They thought this was a filthy habit, and perhaps their conscience was plaguing them. So when Adelaide approached them, they agreed, and the McDonald Institutes were created, including at the University of Guelph. McDonald Hall opened its doors in 1903 as the all-female residence for the women who came to study here. Adelaide died in 1910, one day short of her 53rd birthday. True to form, she was making a speech, this time advocating for women's equality in the workplace, as some graduates from the Mac Institute took the message that Chancellor Billis has shared with you and truly endeavored to change the world, breaking new ground in management careers. Adelaide's legacy lives on. The original programs that her efforts launched ultimately evolved, in part, into the university's first Bachelor of Commerce degree, almost 50 years ago, in Hotel and Food Administration. This program, along with others, consumer studies, real estate and housing, economics from Wellington College, these are the roots of our college today. And so I suppose it should not have been a surprise when the College of Business and Economics was formed 10 years ago, now home to almost 4,000 business and economics students, when we engaged in a strategic planning exercise, conducting focus groups with students, alumni, faculty, and staff, our unique vision, our point of strategic differentiation became to develop leaders for a sustainable world. Today, we are proud champions of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, recognized leaders amongst 700 business schools from around the globe who are committed to advancing business as a force for good, believing that it is an entrepreneurial spirit that helps families and communities to be self-determining, and that ethical business and well-led organizations are the sustainable solution to the world's most pressing problems, like feeding 9 billion, where leaders create cultures of integrity, where business takes a long-term view and values people, planet, and profits. It is well-run organizations that serve society's needs, that champion social causes, like Canadian Tire's Jumpstart program that provides economically disadvantaged children with the opportunity to participate in sport. Or Carlson Wagon Lee Travel Company, which is ranked in the top 1% of all companies worldwide for responsible business practice, a company that trains all of their frontline workers in the detection and effective response to suspected human trafficking. And I was so proud to hear this year that our public management students organized a workshop on human trafficking prevention. Now, as you graduate, and as you leave the relative security of university and enter into a world that is truly rocked by so many social challenges, climate change, terrorism, famine, refugees fleeing unspeakable violence and oppression, a post-truth world. The business context is also dramatically changing, as the Vice Chancellor shared, fueled by the dramatic rise of the digital economy. It is said we are living in a decade of disruption. Disrupt or be disrupted is the mantra of many organizations and industries, where Amazon, that owns very few stores, is now the #1 retailer in the world. We cannot yet imagine the full impact of artificial intelligence or machine learning, which even Elon Musk describes as summoning the demon, or the growing social addiction to our iPhones and social media. A recent study in Harvard Business Review found that real-world social networks, the kind of networking I know you know how to create, is positively associated with physical and mental well-being. Facebook has the opposite effect. There is no question that we are living in interesting times. My generation has left the world a mess, and I'm sorry to say it is now over to you. As you consider this rocky landscape, and I'm sure it can feel overwhelming at times, how does one individual help change the world for the better? There are 4 important interrelated truths I hope you will keep in mind. First, as daunting as all of those challenges may seem, you are so fortunate. We are all incredibly fortunate to live in Canada, a country that has just been ranked in a study by US News and World Report with support from researchers from Wharton as one of the best countries in the world. The study considered 3 factors: economic, citizenship, and quality of life. Canada placed first among 80 countries in quality of life and was second only to Switzerland in our overall score. We are blessed. Second, another Harvard Business Review study recently identified what employers most value. At the top of the list, any guesses? What do employers most value today? Somebody? Leadership? Close. Thank you. I appreciate that. Teamwork, creativity, adaptability, interpersonal skills, and leadership. And this is where you all excel. You know your business. I know you have thrived in your majors, but more importantly, you have the skills to translate that knowledge into meaningful change. Your ability to envision a better future, to understand your privilege by living in Canada, your skill and determination to navigate complexity, implement workable solutions, to work effectively with others. Guelph business students are known for these critical attributes. I have the pleasure of hearing this from employers all the time. Truly, they tell me this. This is what you are known for. Third, the power of purpose, or as Simon Sinek and others have promoted on YouTube and various TED Talks, know your why. If that seems daunting, that's okay. Knowing your why can take time, but I have no doubt that the seeds have been planted. I wonder if you realize how much positive impact you have already had. I had no idea as I sat where you are today, or as I stood in that dish pit with my soggy shoes, I could never have predicted that one day I would have the profound privilege of leading a college that is committed to advancing business as a force for good in the world. I had no idea that we would meet and that you would become part of this mission. Fourth, the power of learning. As my favorite educational philosopher, John Dewey, advised in the late 1800s, education is a social process. Education is growth. Education is not preparation for life. It is life itself. Allow me to pull these thoughts together. The responsibility that comes with profound privilege, being confident that you do have the skills to make a difference. Figure out your purpose, choose a higher calling, and embrace lifelong learning. What I have learned is that each phase of life has its own lessons and opportunities. And if you regularly ask yourself two questions, one, what can I learn from this? And two, how can I contribute? Whether in your family, your community, or your workplace, I promise that you will ultimately benefit from every problem and blessing that comes your way. And we need you to do this. The University of Guelph is committed to improving life. We need creative problem solvers, ethical and effective business and organizational leaders committed to addressing the seemingly insurmountable problems of our day. And this, of course, has everything to do with the vision of Adelaide Hoodless. Her spirit, I am convinced, lives on in all of us, and particularly in you. In the manner of all good convocation addresses, I will now leave you with a quote. This one is from Steve Jobs. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition, because they somehow already know who you truly want to become. I truly wish you every success on the next stage of your journey. We know you will make us proud. Please stay in touch so we can continue to share in your achievements. Thank you.
Can I suggest there are some chairs here where we'd love to have you come and sit? Please, I'd like you to celebrate with your family in the graduation, and there are some empty chairs right up front here. Thank you, Dr. Christensen Hughes, for those inspiring remarks. And welcome, everybody. My name is Charlotte Yates. I'm the Vice President, Academic and Provost of the University of Guelph. And I have the great pleasure to ask the graduating class to please rise. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph, that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I hereby accept you for admission on to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto.
Will the graduating class please be seated?
Again, welcome. As I read the names, family members, if you wish to make some audible noise to show your enthusiasm, perhaps your relief, please feel free to do so. We will save our general applause until all the names have been read. Madam Chancellor, Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Business and Economics that they may be admitted to the degree Bachelor of Commerce. Natalie Adamczyk. Amadou Salam Ala Abbasi. Kieran Alistair Ivan Arnold. Natasha Orette with distinction. Nicholas Mark Ballo. Alexander Beggs. Tori Cheyenne Noel Bellwood. Stacy Blydorp with distinction. Madeline Elizabeth Boyd. Carly Violet Campbell. Jason Thomas Carroll. Thomas James Carroll. Patrick James Clee. Andre Colangelo. Amy Sarah Cote. Colin James Davidson. Madeline Eleanor DeCorso with distinction. Stephanie DeGagne. Brianna Elizabeth DeYoung. Courtney Didoni. Nancy DePaul. Well done. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Yep. Justin Mark Dorado. Cassidy Marie Eckert with distinction. Taylor Brooke Aaronworth. Amar Hasham Al-Bakri. Janice Areki.
Congratulations, well done. And then Yvonne. Okay.
Osaretin Erowan.
Congratulations, Brenda. Got it. Well done.
Bryn Douglas Feldman with distinction.
Congratulations. I do want these.
Amy Fitzsimmons with distinction.
Congratulations. Well done. Sue, okay,
Rebecca Lee Sue Flack.
congratulations. Well done, Stephanie Fung.
Stephanie Fung.
Congratulations. Well done.
Miriam Golly with distinction.
Congratulations. Good job. Thank you.
Marco Gajin.
Congratulations. Radmeet Booman.
Ravneet Guman.
Congratulations. Jacob Golightly.
Jacob Golightly.
Congratulations. Well done, Emily Ann Gordon.
Emily Ann Gordon with distinction. Olivia Lauren Grinton.
Oh, guitar? Okay, perfect.
Gabriel Ann Guitar.
Congratulations. Got it.
Lindsay Marie Hayhow with distinction.
Well done.
Jack Hellman with distinction.
Congratulations. Kristen Ashley. Kristen, yep. Kristen, right.
Kristen Ashley Hiltz with distinction.
Allison Olivia Marie.
Allison Olivia Marie Hopkins.
Congratulations. Well done.
Lauren Jane Hopkins.
Congratulations. Tony? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and
Gench Hoxa.
congratulations.
Emily Catherine Hunter. Zaini Javid Karashi. Trevor Michael Jewis. Michaela Labe with distinction. Catherine Lacroix. Ashwin Lal. Ryan Julia Lampman. Madison Lapierre. Venus Wing Yi Law. Christopher Ka Chung Lung. Tyler Eric Robert Lipinski. Kaylee Jordan Littlejohn. Kira Loftus. Christian Charles Lopresti. Claudia Jane Luke. Cassidy Lane Moss with distinction. Congratulations. Well done. A big day. Stephen Anthony McDonald. Clearly a troublemaker. Do you want the end? Thomas McKillop. Congratulations. Well done. Yeah, got it. Christopher Scott McCutt. Pearl Meyer. Logan Brooke Major. Don't tell me again. Yeah, good job. There you go. Sonia Malhotra. Yep, Joseph Martinez. Congratulations. Well done. Joseph Martinez. Congratulations, Sean. Well done. Big day.
Thank you so much.
Sean McGilvery. Taylor Lynn McNeely. Congratulations, well done. Mellow? Mellow yellow. Donovan, my face. Daniel Joseph Mello. Congratulations, Moira. Milch. Moira Olivia Milch. Congratulations, Vivian Mo. Vivian Mo. Kristen Morton. Jimmy Nguyen. Okay, so tell me. Tuluwalashe Olusola Ogun. Okay, tell me. Avanjit Panu with distinction. Congratulations. Got it. Christine Nicole Pantaleo. Coral Jane Patterson. Catherine Mackenzie Peach. Alexandra Kate Populus. Jonas Daniel Postons with distinction. Amber Nicole Prentice. Daniel James Quintal Kirchick. Taylor Janice Richardson. Paul Rimaki with distinction. Shannon Rodriguez with distinction.
Congratulations, well done. Got it. Thanks so much.
Matthew Ogallo.
Congratulations, well done.
Fraser Jonathan Ruth.
Well done. You made it. Woohoo.
Klaus Andreas Soller. Jacinda Ann Sheik with distinction. Krista Louise Schoen. Bailey Morgan Blair Shaw.
Okay.
Gunpreet Singh with distinction.
Thank you.
Matthew James Wilfred Smith with distinction. Yorgos Darius Sorteropoulos. Peter Emmanuel Tria. James Michael Vandenberg.
So tell me Vescado. Yeah.
Nicholas Alexander Vescado with distinction.
Congratulations. Well done, Rachel Philomena.
Rachel Philomena Vito.
You look all grown up. Well done.
Marcus Stephen von Massau, hooded by dad.
Perfect.
Austin Robert Walton. Claire Eden Weldon. Connor Kenneth Westlake. Congratulations, Connor. Connor Douglas Williams. Kate Jennifer Wilson. Congratulations. Thank you, Amanda Meheret Zemedkin. Congratulations. Emily Zhang with distinction. Riley Margaret Swart. Please join me in sincerely and enthusiastically congratulating all of these scholars.
Madam Chancellor, Mr. President, I have the great honor to present to you these scholars from the School of Hospitality, Food, and Tourism Management, that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Same noise rules apply, please. Shujing Chao. Quan Yi Shan. Congrats. Dylan Cook. Congratulations. Christian Aaron Cross with distinction. Sophia Carmen Darling with distinction. Karen Heather De Leon with distinction. Lynn Ding. Congrats. Michaela Louise Fisher. Scott Michael Forler. Temetope Efranike George. Melanie Leanne Diong Hampson with distinction. Paige Lee Hewitt with distinction. Jay Hu. Taehu Huang. Karen Lamb. Mandui Lee. Oliver Liang. Iris Lee with distinction. Maggie Liang. Rachel Christine Long. Sarah Catherine McGill. Kotoko Nazawaka. Kelly Deirdre Nastos with distinction. Bonnie Jasmine Netherly. Amy Michelle Rush with distinction. Avril Sani. Emily Joy Winson with distinction. Chia Chin Yang. Xiaolan Yang. Xuanting Yang. Stephanie Yi with distinction. Hao Lo Zhang. Chi Zhang. Erica Elizabeth Zwana. Please join me in congratulating these graduates.
Madam Chancellor, I would ask you to confer the various and several degrees on the graduates listed in the program but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduands not present.
Well, graduates, you did it. Congratulations. I have to tell you, this was quite the high energy group here. So hats off to everyone. Let me take this opportunity to welcome all of you now to the Griffin alumni family. As you can imagine, this is a growing family. This week, more than 3,400 new graduates are joining the ranks of our alumni. University of Guelph alumni now number more than 125,000 graduates around the world. And as you can imagine, we're all very, very proud of your accomplishments here at the university and look forward to seeing how the foundations that you've developed here as students will continue to support you in the years to come in your futures. We want to celebrate your achievements, celebrate your successes, and really do hope that you'll stay in touch. And of course, remember, you're always, always welcome here. Graduates, you've made, I'm sure, all sorts of memories here, including today's ceremony. Remember this as well. You are a student for a short time, but you're a Griffin forever. So congratulations. All the very best. So that concludes our formal convocation ceremony. The College Dean will host a reception for all graduates and their guests in Creelman Hall right next door here. This is an opportunity to mingle around a little bit and congratulate the graduates, and we do hope that you can attend. And now, as tradition calls for, the final word is from our Chancellor. Thank you.
Convocation is dismissed.